Hello there, and welcome back to another channeled reading. So I'm going to have to try and keep this one a little short, even though there's a lot of information to come through. But I decided to read for the energy of this next week, which would be the end of April 2021. But if you're watching this at a different time, that's okay. That just means you're meant to see these messages at those times. Okay, so to start out, I'm using 3 new decks today. The first one is called Soul Tree's Ascension deck, which are these ones. They kind of look like The Nightmare Before Christmas on the back, but they've got really beautiful art. So we're going to use these first, and I usually don't look at the cards ahead of time, but this week I had to cheat because all of these are new decks, and I just wanted to check if there were any I couldn't interpret, like what their actual pictures were. I wanted to look in the like the guidebooks sort of to help me. Okay, so starting out here, we've got Love You, Feel, and Becoming with this beautiful artwork. And so I just feel drawn to the first 3 chakras with the messages, all of the messages, including the tarot I haven't turned over yet this week, but a lot of just really focusing on the basics this week. A lot of, figuring out what's important to you, really taking care of yourself, really focusing on the basics is the feeling that I'm getting. So, focusing on the relationships you have and not worrying about all of the extra crud, but just thinking about, like, what is the reason why you're in that relationship? Or the job you're at, what is the reason you're at that job? Are you there because you love it, right? And then just with some of the other issues in your life, like, why are you involved in this organization, in this group? Why are you involved with these certain people? Is it because you truly care about that, or because you feel like you're swept along with that? And so really just being gentle with yourself and trying to not focus on the distractions, but really just tune into the essence of the way things are in your life. Trying to kind of Marie Kondo your way out of things, like what sparks joy and what doesn't. And so some of these, really basic hierarchy of needs feelings, like not adding on any extras, just trying to sort through what you have, is the feelings that I'm getting with this. So you're going to kind of be maybe having a lot of things come up to the surface this week where you're just wondering, like, why is this coming up? Or like, oh, like this feels like such a distraction or such an obstacle. Why is this coming up? And it's just to point out so that you can notice, like, the things you truly miss and the things you want in your life versus the things that you really don't need. Even if you thought that they were important, they might not be. So it's just asking you to take a look at that this week. And then the tarot, oh, I know, I'm like really moving my camera. I wish I could just buy a nice camera, but I haven't brought myself to do it yet. Okay, so the tarot is from the Elemental Power Tarot, which I love. It's so beautiful, by Melinda Lee Holm. I feel like it just really fits me, so I was really happy to get this one. The 6 of Wands reversed. So there is going to be a lot of purifying with this, and I'm using that with the fire, but I mean, just like you've already kind of figured out what works for you and what doesn't, and now you have to take a hard look at your life and say, which choices am I going to make that are going to stick throughout the rest of, this time that's serving me, right? I want to find ways in my life and find the things I need that will serve me with all of these new decisions that you've been making, all of these new choices you've been trying to work through and understand that have come up the last few months. Then, 10 of coins, they call it, but it's like 10 of pentacles. And I think this is regular. I don't think it's reversed. I don't know. It's hard to tell. So, this is going to lead you to feel so much more fulfilled. And I talked about this in another reading too, where we just kind of have to like push through all this extra stuff, like wade through the ball pit to get to the end almost, and it's not that there's anything bad with the other things in your life that I've been talking about. They're not bad. It's things that you feel like are important or things you feel like you need, but what's your higher self and what spirit is trying to tell you right now is that you might not need them. Yes, they might be nice, but could it be better without them? Sort of like in the last reading I did where it was like, I was getting all those angel messages, and it was like, can you let go of some of the things that you have so that you can replace it with better things, right? Better things, or to be happier with the things that you have. So that's kind of still the message that I'm feeling going on to this week. And then this is the Queen of Coins, or the Queen of Pentacles, and they just do this really simplistic crown, and then it's like in the dirt, in the earth with all the roots. So I really love that artwork. So you will kind of just be asked to let go of the things that don't matter. And they literally said in the guidebook, I'm not going to pull it back out right now, but it literally said, like, you know, what do you want to focus on? What is most important to you? Like, focusing on that and giving that your attention is what this card is meaning. And I agree in this particular reading. I think it couldn't fit more, because all of the energy that I've been reading lately has just been kind of giving a gentle nudge to say, you know, don't just chuck everything in the garbage, but, you know, take a hard look at the things around you, whether it's a physical thing or whether it's a metaphysical thing, like an emotion or a relationship, and just decide what works for you and what doesn't, because moving forward, you're going to have to let go of those things. You can't take it all with you. And that doesn't mean that you're going to die. It just means, like, in this next phase of your life, you can't take it with you. All right, and then the last card before I run out of time here is from the, oh gosh, Fauna Inspiration deck from Avec La Vie, which I think is really cool. And it is a peacock, and I love this beautiful, like, watercolor artwork. I put a post about it on my Instagram. But it says the peacock, triumph. Brilliant, bold, and beautiful. Peacock reminds us of life's glory. So just paying attention to the beauty around you, trying to, you know, feel fully fulfilled. I know that was kind of a too much to say at once, but to feel fulfilled with the things that you have, embracing all the moments around you, not looking past them, not feeling, you know, forced to speed past the good things in your life.